Hello friends, this is Monish and I'm back with another book review, and this time I have a motivational self-help book that's an international bestseller. So the book is Eat That Frog, written by Brian Tracy and first published in 2001. So this book, it's an international bestseller because it's the most important, significant book about how to overcome procrastination. And honestly, the book is, this plethora of really good, great ideas that you and we can apply in our lives to overcome procrastination and achieve the goals we want to achieve. But for me, there were key 3 takeaways, 3 features, the 3 steps out of the 21 that the author has talked about that I feel are really important, that can help us overcome procrastination and achieve success. So the number 1 feature or the key takeaway for me was consider the consequences. It would do well if we would take a back seat and think about what goals we want to achieve and what happens when we achieve those goals or not achieve those goals. For instance, my boss wants me to make a presentation for an upcoming board meeting. I should consider the consequences, What happens if I don't have that presentation? In contrast to my friend and I want to go out and party tonight. What if I postpone it? What will be the consequences if I don't go out and party tonight? So when we take a back seat and look at what we want to do and consider the consequences, I think it helps us assign value to the goals and the tasks that we have to do and accordingly tackle those. The second feature, which again is a key takeaway, is prioritize. And it really is about identifying which goal will have the most impact on my life when I achieve that goal. For instance, I want to be a renowned author. I want to be reading good literature and writing great books all the time. But then I have certain responsibilities that make it imperative that I bring the paycheck month on month, every month, and then maybe I can, think about becoming an author. So really, if I prioritize, becoming an author is a priority, yes, but then what about this month, the next 3 months, the next 6 months? So the priority then becomes, if you think about it from my point of view, is financial independence, so that I don't have to go to the office, do a job to earn a living, and then maybe I can focus on it. That's my way of thinking with one example from my life. But I think if we take a back seat again, evaluate, and look carefully at the things we want to accomplish, we will be able to identify which goals have the biggest impact and accordingly prioritize. And the key feature 1 kind of helps us do that. And I think they go hand in hand. And without having that clarity, because both these features bring that clarity, we might end up, pursuing goals that are not really helpful at all. The third most important key feature, key takeaway from this great book was action. I've talked about it in some of the past book reviews that I've done, and it seems to be a prevalent viewpoint in most of these self-help books, at least the ones that are the best sellers. All the planning, all the clarity, all the considering of the consequences and prioritizing. After all said and done, it all boils down to taking action. And that's where you have to, hold your breath and take a plunge. The good thing is that as the author outlined this in detail, or rather explained this in detail in his book, was when we do that once, twice, thrice, it becomes easier, We build up a muscle in our brain that takes on these hard tasks, goals, more willingly than otherwise. So it's about taking action. And I don't know if you saw my review of the Bhagavad Gita. When it's all about that, it's about taking action, karma. So I don't know if I can, point out that this third key feature of taking action is important enough. But the gist of the book is in these three key features. You gotta consider the consequences of our actions. You gotta prioritize, and we gotta take action. So pretty awesome book. I loved reading it and had a good time noting down the key features. So that was my spiel. Again, Eat That Frog, first published in 2001, written by Brian Tracy. Awesome book for your consideration. Until next time, happy reading.